10 mind-blowing facts that sound fake, but are 100% true. Have you ever heard something so unbelievable that your first thought was, "There's no way that's real"? What if I told you there's a place on Earth where it hasn't rained for nearly 2 million years? A lake so strange, it appears to turn animals into stone. A planet where it rains molten glass sideways faster than a fighter jet. Or that sharks were swimming in Earth's oceans long before the first tree ever existed. These aren't myths. They're not science fiction. They're incredible truths hidden inside our amazing universe. Today, we're counting down 10 of the most unbelievable facts that are completely real. And trust me, the final fact may completely change the way you think about the universe itself. Let's begin. Fact number 10, there is a place on Earth where it hasn't rained for nearly 2 million years. Imagine standing in the coldest continent on Earth. You expect endless snow, freezing winds, and towering glaciers. But hidden deep inside Antarctica lies a place that looks nothing like the icy world surrounding it. It's called the McMurdo Dry Valleys. This barren landscape is one of the driest places on the entire planet. Scientists believe some areas haven't received any meaningful rainfall for nearly 2 million years. Instead of snow and ice, you'll find rocky valleys, frozen lakes trapped beneath thick sheets of ice, and mountains carved by ancient glaciers. How is this possible? The answer lies in powerful winds known as katabatic winds. These winds race down from Antarctica's high ice sheets at speeds exceeding 200 miles per hour. As they descend, they become warmer and drier, evaporating any moisture before it has a chance to fall. The result is a frozen desert, unlike anywhere else on Earth. Even more incredible, scientists use the dry valleys to study what life might look like on Mars. Tiny microorganisms survive in these harsh conditions, proving that life can exist in places once thought impossible. If life can survive here, could it also exist somewhere beyond Earth? If a frozen desert can hide life where almost nothing should survive, what if nature also created a creature that seems to have defeated aging itself? Meet one of the strangest animals ever discovered. An animal that, under the right conditions, can become young again. Fact number 9, the immortal jellyfish. Imagine if you could grow old, and then suddenly become a child again. Not in your memories, not in a dream, but physically. As impossible as that sounds, there is one tiny creature on Earth that appears to do exactly that. Hidden beneath the ocean's surface lives a jellyfish no bigger than your fingernail. Its scientific name is Turritopsis dohrnii, but around the world, it's known by a much more fascinating name, the immortal jellyfish. Most living things follow the same path through life. They're born, they grow, they reproduce, and eventually they die. But this tiny jellyfish can break that cycle. When it's injured, starving, or under severe stress, something extraordinary happens. Instead of continuing toward death, it begins to reverse its own life. Its adult body transforms back into its earliest stage of development, a tiny polyp attached to the ocean floor. It's almost as if a fully grown butterfly suddenly turned back into a caterpillar. Then, when conditions improve, the polyp grows into a brand new jellyfish. The cycle can repeat again, and again, and again. Scientists call this process transdifferentiation, where one type of specialized cell transforms into another. It's an ability so rare that it has made this tiny creature one of the most studied animals in marine biology. Does this mean the jellyfish can never die? Not exactly. It can still be eaten by fish, destroyed by disease, or harmed by pollution. But if those dangers don't intervene, it has the remarkable ability to reset its biological clock over and over again. For this reason, scientists describe it as biologically immortal rather than truly immortal. Its secret has sparked exciting research around the world. Could understanding this jellyfish one day help us slow aging, heal damaged tissues, or better understand diseases that come with growing older? No one knows yet. But this tiny animal is already changing the way scientists think about life itself. Sometimes, the biggest discoveries don't come from the largest creatures on Earth. Sometimes, they come from one of the smallest. The immortal jellyfish teaches us that life can do things we once thought were impossible. But what if I told you that somewhere in the universe, there are objects so incredibly dense that just a single spoonful would weigh more than all the buildings in a major city combined? The next fact will take us far beyond Earth, to one of the strangest objects in the entire universe.
Fact #8 A spoonful of a neutron star would weigh about 1 billion tons.
The universe is full of objects so strange that they seem impossible. Black holes, exploding stars, galaxies containing hundreds of billions of suns. But among them all, one object stands out as one of the densest things ever discovered. It's called a neutron star. To understand how incredible it is, we first have to watch a giant star die. Imagine a star many times larger than our own sun. For millions of years, it burns through its nuclear fuel, producing enormous amounts of energy that push outward against the crushing force of gravity. This delicate balance keeps the star stable. But nothing lasts forever. Eventually, the star runs out of fuel. In an instant, gravity takes over. The core collapses at an unimaginable speed, squeezing matter tighter and tighter until the star explodes in one of the most powerful events in the universe, a supernova. For a brief moment, the explosion can outshine an entire galaxy. When the light fades, what's left behind is something almost beyond imagination, a neutron star. Although it's only about 20 kilometers, 12 miles across, it can contain more mass than our sun. Think about that. An object no wider than a city, holding more matter than a star nearly 1.4 million kilometers across. The atoms inside are crushed so violently that electrons and protons are forced together, creating an enormous sea of neutrons packed shoulder to shoulder. The result is matter so dense that a single teaspoon, about the size of the one you use to stir your coffee, would weigh around 1 billion tons. That's roughly the same weight as a mountain, or hundreds of thousands of fully loaded aircraft carriers combined. If you could somehow place that teaspoon on Earth, which is impossible, it would punch straight through the planet under its own immense weight. Fortunately, neutron stars are hundreds or even thousands of light years away, but they're far from quiet. Some spin at astonishing speeds, rotating hundreds of times every second. Others emit powerful beams of radiation that sweep across space like giant cosmic lighthouses. When those beams cross Earth's path, astronomers detect them as rhythmic pulses, earning these stars the name pulsars. Even after decades of study, neutron stars continue to challenge our understanding of physics. Deep within their cores, matter exists in a state that scientists still don't fully understand. Could there be particles we've never discovered? Could the laws of physics behave differently under such extreme conditions? The answers remain hidden inside these extraordinary stellar remnants. They remind us that the universe isn't just bigger than we imagine, it's stranger than we can imagine. The universe can compress an entire star into the size of a city. But back here on Earth, nature has created something just as mysterious. A lake so unusual that animals found along its shores appear to have turned into stone. Is it a curse? A myth? Or is there a scientific explanation? Let's travel to East Africa and uncover the truth behind one of the world's most mysterious lakes. Fact verse 7, the lake that turns animals into stone. Visual. A drone flies over a lonely blood-red lake in northern Tanzania. The water shimmers under the scorching African sun. Strange rock formations line the shore while eerie music slowly builds. At first glance, it looks like something from a horror movie. A silent lake, bright red water, and along its shoreline, animals that appear to have been turned into stone. For years, these haunting photographs spread across the internet. Many people believed the lake was cursed. Some claimed it was the work of ancient spirits. Others thought it was proof of a supernatural force. But the truth is even more fascinating. This mysterious place is called Lake Neutron, located in northern Tanzania, near the border with Kenya. Unlike most lakes on Earth, Lake Neutron is one of the most alkaline bodies of water ever discovered. Its waters can reach a pH of more than 10, making them almost as caustic as household ammonia. The lake also contains large amounts of sodium carbonate and other minerals carried in by nearby volcanic activity. As the intense African sun evaporates the water, these minerals become even more concentrated. The result is an environment so extreme that very few animals can survive if they remain in the water for long. So, does the lake really turn animals into stone? Not exactly. When birds or small animals die in or near the lake, the mineral-rich water can coat their bodies with layers of salt and other deposits. Over time, they become hardened and preserved, giving them the eerie appearance of stone statues. This natural process inspired some of the famous photographs that shocked the world. But here's the incredible twist. The same lake that seems deadly to many creatures is a paradise for others. Every year, millions of lesser flamingos gather here to breed. The harsh, alkaline water keeps many predators away, creating one of the safest nesting grounds on Earth. The flamingos feed on algae that thrive in the mineral-rich lake, turning this seemingly lifeless place into a vibrant ecosystem. It's a reminder that nature is full of surprises. What looks deadly to one species can be the perfect home for another. Lake Neutron teaches us an important lesson. Sometimes the most mysterious places on Earth aren't hiding magic. They're hiding science that's just as incredible. Nature has shown us a lake that can preserve animals like stone. But what if I told you that something even more unbelievable is happening inside your own body, right now? Without electricity, your brain couldn't think, your heart couldn't beat, and you couldn't even lift a finger. The next fact reveals the invisible power flowing through every human being. Fact number 6. Your body produces electricity. Every second. Imagine waking up one morning, and every bit of electricity inside your body suddenly disappeared. No pain, no warning, just silence. Your eyes wouldn't open, your lungs wouldn't breathe, your heart would stop beating, your muscles wouldn't move. In fact, you wouldn't survive for even a few seconds. That's because your body isn't powered by batteries or wires. It's powered by electricity. Right now, as you're watching this video, billions of tiny electrical signals are racing systems in the entire known universe, and most of us never even notice it. Our body is an engineering masterpiece, but while humans were still millions of years away from existing, another incredible survivor was already ruling Earth's oceans. These ancient hunters swam through the seas before forests covered the land, before flowers bloomed, and even before the very first tree took root. Let's travel back over 400 million years to meet one of the oldest survivors on our planet. Fact number 5. Sharks are older than trees. Imagine traveling back in time. Not hundreds, not thousands, but 400 million years into Earth's past. The world would be almost unrecognizable. There would be no birds singing in the sky, no flowers covering the fields, no dinosaurs roaming the land. And perhaps most surprising of all, there wouldn't even be any trees. The continents looked completely different. The land was mostly barren, covered with mosses and small plants that hugged the ground. But beneath the waves, a silent hunter was already ruling the oceans. The shark. It sounds unbelievable, but sharks have existed for more than 400 million years. The first true trees didn't appear until roughly 350 million years ago. That means sharks had already been swimming through Earth's oceans for tens of millions of years before the first forests ever existed. Think about that for a moment. Every tree you've ever climbed, every forest you've ever walked through, every wooden house ever built, came long after sharks had already become masters of the sea. But surviving for hundreds of millions of years is no small achievement. During that time, Earth experienced some of the most catastrophic events in its history. Massive volcanoes erupted. The continents drifted apart. Ice ages came and went. An asteroid struck the planet, wiping out the dinosaurs. In fact, scientists estimate that Earth has gone through 5 major mass extinctions, each one eliminating huge numbers of species. Yet sharks survived them all. How? Part of their success comes from their incredible ability to adapt. Over millions of years, sharks evolved into hundreds of different species. Some grew to enormous sizes, while others remained small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Some hunt in the bright, shallow waters near the coast. Others patrol the dark depths of the open ocean, where sunlight never reaches. Their senses are just as remarkable. A shark can detect a tiny drop of blood diluted in millions of liters of water. Some species can even sense the faint electrical signals produced by the heartbeat of nearby animals, allowing them to find prey hidden beneath the sand. It's like having a built-in superpower. But despite their fearsome reputation, sharks are not the ruthless killing machines they're often portrayed to be. Most species pose little or no danger to humans. In fact, humans kill tens of millions of sharks every year through fishing and the shark fin trade. Many shark populations are now declining, and several species face the risk of extinction. It's a sobering thought. A creature that survived hundreds of millions of years, that outlived the dinosaurs, may struggle to survive the actions of modern humans. Sharks are more than just predators. They help keep ocean ecosystems balanced by controlling populations of other marine animals. Without them, entire food chains could begin to collapse. Their story isn't just about survival, it's about resilience. A reminder that some of Earth's greatest wonders have been here far longer than we have, and whether they remain for millions of years to come may depend on the choices we make today. Sharks have survived for more than 400 million years, but somewhere far beyond our solar system, there's a world so extreme that no shark or any known life could survive for even a second. Imagine standing on a planet where the winds move faster than a jet aircraft, and instead of water, the sky rains molten glass. Welcome to one of the strangest planets ever discovered. Fact number 4. There is a planet where it rains molten glass sideways. Imagine standing beneath a beautiful blue sky. A gentle breeze brushes across your face. Clouds drift quietly overhead. It sounds peaceful until the rain begins. But this isn't ordinary rain. Instead of water, tiny pieces of molten glass begin falling from the sky. And they aren't falling straight down. They're flying sideways at speeds faster than most fighter jets. It may sound like science fiction, but astronomers believe a planet like this really exists. It's called HD 189733b, an alien world located about 64 light-years from Earth in the constellation Vulpecula. At first glance, it looks surprisingly beautiful. Its deep blue color almost resembles Earth's oceans. For a while, scientists even described it as one of the most beautiful planets ever discovered. But that beauty is deadly. Unlike Earth, this planet orbits incredibly close to its parent star. A single year on HD 189733b lasts only a little more than 2 Earth days. Because it's so close, one side of the planet is constantly blasted by intense heat, with temperatures reaching around 1,000 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt many metals. The other side is much cooler. At such extreme temperatures, these particles can vaporize. As they cool, they condense into tiny droplets. Then the violent winds hurl them sideways across the planet. Imagine a never-ending sandstorm, except every grain is razor-sharp, superheated glass traveling at thousands of kilometers per hour. No spacecraft built today could survive such conditions for long. No human could ever stand on its surface. In fact, there may not even be a solid surface at all. HD 189733b is known as a hot Jupiter, a giant gas planet much like Jupiter in our own solar system. Its crushing atmosphere becomes denser and hotter the deeper you go, making it one of the most hostile environments ever discovered. Yet despite its deadly nature, this distant world reminds us of something extraordinary. The universe is filled with places more bizarre than anything science fiction writers could invent. Every new planet astronomers discover expands our understanding of what is possible. Some worlds may be covered in oceans, others may rain diamonds, and somewhere among the billions of planets still waiting to be discovered, there may be places unlike anything we can even imagine. If distant planets can have storms of molten glass, then perhaps the greatest mystery isn't what's happening out there, but what's hidden much closer to home. Because beneath the waves of our own planet lies a world so vast and mysterious that we've explored only a tiny fraction of it. The next fact takes us back to Earth, to the greatest unexplored frontier on our own world. Fact number 3. More than 80% of the ocean remains unexplored. Every time we look up at the night sky, we dream about exploring distant planets. We imagine traveling to Mars, landing on distant moons, or discovering life somewhere among the stars. But what if I told you, one of the greatest unexplored worlds isn't millions of kilometers away, it's right beneath your feet. Or more accurately, beneath the waves. Our planet is called Earth, but a more accurate name might be ocean. That's because more than 70% of Earth's surface is covered by water. From space, our world looks like a brilliant blue marble floating through the darkness. Yet despite living on this blue planet, humanity has explored only a small fraction of what lies beneath its oceans. Scientists estimate that more than 80% of the ocean remains unexplored, unmapped, or even unseen by human eyes. Think about that for a moment. We have sent spacecraft beyond our solar system. We have landed robots on Mars. We have photographed distant galaxies billions of light years away. And yet, there are vast regions of our own planet that remain complete mysteries. Why? Because exploring the deep ocean is far more difficult than most people realize. As you descend deeper beneath the surface, sunlight begins to disappear. At around 200 meters, daylight fades into darkness. Beyond 1,000 meters, there is no sunlight at all. It is a world of eternal night. Then comes the pressure. For every 10 meters you descend, the pressure increases dramatically. At the deepest point in the ocean, the Mariana Trench, the pressure is more than 1,000 times greater than its sea level. Imagine placing the weight of dozens of jumbo jets on a space no bigger than a dinner plate. That's the kind of force deep-sea explorers must overcome. Only a handful of people have ever reached the very bottom of the Mariana Trench. In fact, more people have walked on the moon than have visited the deepest part of our oceans. And despite these challenges, life thrives there. Creatures with transparent heads, fish that produce their own light, giant squid with eyes the size of dinner plates, and bizarre animals that survive near underwater volcanoes where temperatures can exceed 400 degrees Celsius. Some of these creatures don't rely on sunlight at all. Instead, they survive using chemicals released from the Earth's interior, a process called chemosynthesis. It's a completely different way of supporting life. Every expedition into the deep sea brings new discoveries. Scientists regularly find species that have never been seen before. Some are so unusual that they seem more like aliens than animals from Earth. Who knows what else is waiting down there? Entire ecosystems, unknown species, or discoveries that could change science forever? The deep ocean reminds us that our planet still holds incredible secrets. Sometimes we search the stars for answers, while an entire hidden world waits silently beneath the waves. The deep ocean proves that even our own planet is still full of mysteries. But the next fact doesn't come from the sea or from space. It comes from something many of us have in our kitchens. Something sweet, something delicious, and something so extraordinary that archaeologists have found it after thousands of years. Still perfectly edible. How is that possible? Let's uncover the incredible science behind one of nature's greatest wonders. Fact number 2, honey never spoils. Imagine opening a jar of food, not from last year, not from your grandparents' time, but from more than 3,000 years ago. Would you dare taste it? Most foods spoil within days. Some last for months. A few can survive for years. But one natural food seems to ignore time itself: honey. Archaeologists exploring the ancient tombs of Egypt have discovered sealed jars of honey buried alongside pharaohs thousands of years ago. Amazingly, some of that honey was still perfectly preserved, not rotten, not moldy, not poisonous, still recognizable as honey. How is that possible? The answer begins with one of the hardest working creatures on Earth, the honeybee. A single bee produces only about 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey in its entire lifetime. That means thousands of bees work together, visiting millions of flowers just to fill a single jar. But creating honey isn't as simple as collecting nectar. Inside the hive, bees pass the nectar from one bee to another. Natural enzymes begin changing its chemical structure. Then the bees spread the nectar into the honeycomb and fan it with their wings for hours. This constant airflow removes most of the water. By the time the process is complete, honey contains very little moisture. And that's exactly what makes it so special. Bacteria and mold need water to grow. Without enough water, they simply can't survive. Honey is also naturally acidic, creating an environment where most harmful microorganisms cannot live. On top of that, bees add special enzymes that slowly produce tiny amounts of hydrogen peroxide, giving honey natural antibacterial properties. It's almost like nature designed the perfect food preservation system. Of course, honey can still change over time. It may become thicker or form crystals. But don't worry, crystallized honey hasn't gone bad. Simply warming the jar gently returns it to its smooth, golden form. Its incredible shelf life has made honey valuable throughout history. Ancient Egyptians offered it to their gods. Greek athletes ate it for energy before competitions. For centuries, people around the world have even used honey to help protect wounds because of its natural antibacterial qualities. Today, scientists continue studying honey to better understand its remarkable properties. It's amazing to think that something made by tiny insects, using nothing more than flower nectar, can last longer than entire civilizations. The next time you drizzle honey into your tea, remember, you may be holding one of the most durable foods nature has ever created. Honey shows us that nature can preserve something for thousands of years. But the final fact isn't about something ancient. It's about something so unimaginably vast that even light, the fastest thing in the universe, cannot show us all of it. Everything you've ever seen, every star, every galaxy, may be only a tiny fraction of what truly exists. Prepare for our final and most mind-blowing fact. Fact number 1. The universe is far bigger than we can ever see. Right now, as you watch this video, light is traveling through space at nearly 300,000 kilometers per second. That's fast enough to circle the Earth more than 7 times in a single second. Nothing we know can travel faster, and yet, even light has limits. Imagine turning on a flashlight in the middle of an enormous desert at night. The light spreads in every direction, but it doesn't instantly reach the edge of the desert. It takes time to travel. The universe works the same way. When you look at the stars, you're not seeing them as they are today. You're seeing them as they were when their light began its journey to Earth. Some of the stars in our night sky are hundreds of light years away. Their light left long before the invention of electricity, before airplanes, before cars, before the first photograph was ever taken. Now think even bigger. The nearest large galaxy to our own, Andromeda, is about 2.5 million light years away. The light reaching your eyes tonight began its journey long before the first humans walked the Earth. When astronomers use powerful telescopes to observe the most distant galaxies ever discovered, they are looking back more than 13 billion years into the past. They're seeing some of the earliest galaxies that formed after the universe began. It's like looking through a window into cosmic history. But here's the astonishing part. The universe itself is about 13.8 billion years old. So does that mean the universe is only 13.8 billion light years across? Not even close. Because while light has been traveling through space, space itself has been expanding. Imagine drawing 2 dots on the surface of a balloon. As the balloon inflates, the dots move farther apart, not because they're moving across the surface, but because the surface itself is stretching. Scientists believe the universe expands in a similar way. As a result, the observable universe, the part we can actually see, is estimated to be about 93 billion light years across. And that's only the part whose light has had time to reach us. Beyond that, there may be countless more galaxies, perhaps infinitely more. We simply don't know. Those regions are so far away that their light hasn't reached Earth yet, and in many cases it never will. No telescope, no spacecraft, no future civilization can observe beyond that cosmic horizon using light. Think about what that means. Every star you've ever seen, every planet ever discovered, every black hole, every galaxy captured by the James Webb Space Telescope, everything humanity has ever observed, may be just a tiny island in an unimaginably larger cosmic ocean. Some scientists even wonder whether there could be distant regions with galaxies we've never seen, unknown forms of matter, or entirely different cosmic structures. These ideas remain questions, not proven facts, but they remind us how much is still unknown. The more we learn about the universe, the more we realize how much remains to be discovered. Perhaps the greatest mystery isn't whether we've found all the answers. It's how many questions we haven't even thought to ask. Maybe that's what makes the universe so beautiful. Not because we've solved its secrets, but because it still has so many left to reveal. Today we traveled from the frozen deserts of Antarctica to the deepest oceans, to ancient creatures older than forests, to worlds where molten glass races through the sky, and finally to the edge of the observable universe. These incredible facts remind us that reality is often far stranger than fiction. The universe is filled with wonders waiting to be explored, and every new discovery reveals just how much we still don't know. Which fact amazed you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another adventure into the world's most incredible facts. Until next time, keep asking questions, keep exploring, and never stop being curious, because the next great discovery could be just around the corner.